Welcome friends. In this tutorial, we will be learning about grids and units. First of all, units are very important in any modeling because once you have created your model and you ship it to someone else, he or she will not understand until the unit matches. So let's set up the units. Go to the Customize menu and from here you'll find Unit Setup. So this is the unit setup dialog box, which is currently generic units. Here you'll find this system unit setup, which will open up another dialog box of units, and you'll see the resulting accuracy, which is far more accurate. You may want to set up this before creating any project because once you create models and do your animation and then you'll change it, your project will be messed up. So I'll recommend you to select all these options and set these values before you create your models. Here we'll select custom if you want to, US standards, which is feet and fractional inches, or feet and decimal inches. There are two default units, feet and inches. If you select feet and type down 20, 3D Max will interpret as 20 feet. If you select inches, it will interpret as 20 inches. We'll select feet, click OK. Now let's go ahead and create a box. You know how to do that. We'll simply put it over there. Now in the parameters, you'll see it is 3 foot and 4 inch width and the height. All the measurements are in feet and inches unit. Let us make it all 4. So this makes a perfect cube. All the measurements are 4 feet. So that is it. Now, if you want to change it, you can do that. Go to Customize, Unit Setup, and let us select meters. Click OK. And as you can see, the object size doesn't change. These parameters will change. All the parameters are converted into meters. So what this does is it converts the feet to meters and the object size remains the same. This comes very handy when you are working with one unit and someone other working on the same project is using different units. Now as we are done with the units, let's go ahead and make it feet again. Now let's go ahead and have some lessons about grids. Here you'll see these, we are into our front viewport. Our object doesn't matches the grid. This is because it is not set up correctly. To do that, go here to these magnet icons and right click. It will open up grids and snap settings. From here, go to home grids and you can actually specify the grid spacing. We'll do that 1, and so you'll see 1 feet of each grid. So you'll see this 4 grids, 4 blocks, and each contains 1 feet, and as our box is 4 feet, it is now matching the grids. So in this way you can match your object with your grids, and these are the settings that you want to do before you start modeling. Thank you. Welcome friends. In this tutorial we will be learning about lightings in 3ds Max. Lighting is one of the most important part in modeling. Right now we have default lighting. To check it, Let's maximize our perspective viewport. There it is. Let me zoom out. To do that, I'll just simply zoom out. And now we can have a very better look at our object. Let me select that hand. Now we are into our perspective viewport. Click on the realistic. Here you'll find lightning and shadows. As you can see, the ambient occlusion is not checked. Yours might be checked, but when we render this video, it will not be there. So I just uncheck it. And here, illumination with scene lights is selected. Let us select illumination with default lights. And if we move it, you'll see the shadow and lighting is changing. To add a light, let's go to this command panel. We are into the create pan and we have selected lights. Here there will be photometric and standard lights. We'll select standard and we'll select omni light. Now once you place that light, you'll see all this becomes dark. This is because the omni light, the light is only faced on this surface, and that's why it is not dark. Now once we position that, let us move it. As you can see, the light is there. It works like this. The face that is coming in touch with light is illuminated, and as you move it, you'll see these parts are being illuminated. But here the light is not touching at these faces, so they are not illuminated. So these are the basics of light, and we have seen how to implement Omni Light in our modeling. Thank you.
In Miami.